Okay, 1761, good luck. So we've not played before, we have no head-to-head score. Oh wow, that's very different, isn't it? 13,000 games my opponent, but 1,100 in bullet from 300 plus games and 2,300 in rapid from 1,000 games. Okay. It's very unusual to see very large rating gaps like that, but let's just see how we get on. Most players tend to be broadly similar rated in each time control. You know, give or take a little bit, but broadly comparable. Okay, what do we want to do? I'm just going to go c3 just to solidify this and try and maybe push this way. I'll try and push in the center here, then rook across. Okay, pushes forward. I'm going to play rook over, making room for the knight or the bishop to drop back. I don't think he'll take, but could do. Actually, there's no need to pre-move. I'll probably take this way. So I can play a knight up now, and if you don't trade, I guess you're going to play bishop up. Takes, moves. Do I like that? I'm not sure I do. I'm just going to drop the bishop back and then maybe knight up. I mean, he could play knight out wide and I can come back this way, but let's play a knight forward. Oh, my audio's a little bit low there. Oh yeah, I did a little bit low. Just not hearing the moves very well. Okay, jumps across. I'm going to play the knight across, I think. Now I'm threatening to take and jump the other knight in. Then eventually I'll put the bishop here to try and challenge this bishop. So we're now going to trade one. Difficult to try and create anything. Maybe I can chuck a pawn at the board, I'm not sure. Should we push a pawn here? Actually, I'm going to push this one first and threaten to push on. But I'm probably going to push one of these pawns. I'm not sure. Probably the H pawn. Just to make room for the king, like what my opponent has already done. Okay, the rook goes across. I'm just going to push this pawn on. If you take, we disturb all the pawn structure. If you don't, we're threatening to maybe push in another square. And doesn't take. Okay, so what's the idea? I mean, we can take and maybe play a move like rook up. Or we can just even push the pawn on. If you go here, sorry, knight up. So you're probably going back. Bishop up. You might have to bring your knight straight back again. I'll just play the bishop up and you probably have to waste a move coming straight back again. And maybe you can just devour the bishop. That's what he's done. So what about going here now then? So here across, takes. I'm not gaining anything terribly. So here you're gonna go across. Then maybe I've got knight up actually. Looks a plan. I'm gonna go here and then play knight up and try and hit the bishop. I assume rook across. So hit the bishop. If bishop back, then I can maybe play bishop in. I guess you can just shuffle across, but there could be some sort of tactic there, like knight takes, for instance. It might be nothing. Maybe you've just got the rook takes. Yeah, gone back. Okay. So we've got the option to get rid of that bishop, then maybe take here. In now you go here. Knight takes, rook takes, and I've got no actual follow-up, have I? Here, what about pawn up then? That looks interesting, actually. Then what do you do? How do you avoid it? Bishop up. We take... I think bishop up and pawn up is actually a move. But is it? Here? A3. Everything is really bogged down. I guess knight back. Across. I'm going to do it, actually, just because it looks interesting, but my time's getting too low. My time's getting too low. I'm down to, what, a minute down on the clock. But if bishop back, I've got knight across. That was my idea. If you strike out, I can drop back. Here, I can just take. So strikes out, so we drop back. Ah, maybe I could have just actually taken and ignored that because I hit the rook twice anyway. Yeah, so he comes forward, but can't I just take? Right, I've got knight takes here, right? Take, take, take. I think I take the pawn now. Hit the queen and bishop, and then hit the bishop. Hit the rook. The rook's got nowhere to really run. I'm threatening a check here actually as well, but the knight can actually block and get developed with a move. Gain the knight, rook takes, queen check. I think the king's safe, so I think my target is the rook. I mean, you might as well take and take, I guess, but it does open the file for my rook. But let's just see what my opponent does. But we are down on the clock. But we've got more space, we've got a better position, and we've got a potentially active queen. So the bishop comes up, so I take now or I don't take. So I think we take. Yeah, I'm going to take here. I'm going to try and activate pieces. So I'm going to try and get my bishop back into the game if I can. It's very risky though, because I'm opening file up for the queen here, and if the rook comes across as well. But queen down, maybe I've got the simple queen up to trade the queen, or try to trade the queen. But I'm trying to get my bishop back into the game. Remember, my opponent is a 2300 level rapid player here, which is higher than my rapid rating has ever been. So a very strong opponent at my level. But just a very simple threat, takes, and trade the rook. Or bishop takes here. Oh, my opponent's just had enough and resigned. That's a really, really, really good game. Or it felt like it anyway. Let's see what the engine says we actually played it. But at my level, that felt like a very good game. So there's 26 moves long. So they're the move times that we've got. Now we'll request an analysis. It felt like a good game at my level. It felt like I played that one pretty well, but let's just see. Yeah, I did. 97% with an 11 centre pawn loss. My opponent 88% with a 29 centre pawn loss. And the blunder is knight to f8. Dropping that knight back was a blunder, so you can play along with the graph here, and then you can just see where the mistakes actually happen that way. So in this position, that's where we are here. Then here, dropping the knight back. So did we play it? How do we play it here? The engine says obviously no actual bad mistakes or blunders or inaccuracies there, but don't mean we've played perfect moves or so. What did we actually do? So bishop up was a good move, but you can see, yeah, bishop to b5 is comfortably the best move there. And I thought knight has to come back, but didn't. I was expecting the knight to come straight back here, so it's just like a wasted move. But in this position, the evals have suddenly, they're relatively close now with various options, so it's about +2, so bishop to a6 is correct. Knight to e5 was good. Bishop in was good. Pawn up was good. Yeah, knight takes bishop is a good move here. Bishop back to g3 is a good move. And d takes c5, knight takes d7, all good moves. If you leave the engine think a bit longer, it sometimes changes its mind. So again, knight takes f7 was good there. And it's correct to take the rook as well. So we played a really, really good game at my level there. Again, some of the moves, very similar evals there, but we played a very, very good game. So that's a really good win. Excellent.